Hi, Sixth Form. I'm Mr. Halsall and I'm Head of Social Science at Haysfield, as a lot of you will know. Now, the observant amongst you will realise that we are not at Haysfield at the moment. I may be in many ways a stereotype, but I do not insist on having a Highland cow on my classroom wall. I do, however, insist on having it in my dining room, so it's up to you to decide if that's as bad. Sociology is a fantastic subject, and I am delighted that so many of you have opted to take it. I'm disappointed to not see you today, I'm disappointed to not be with you, but I'm thoroughly looking forward to meeting you all in September. Absolutely. Haysfield is a fantastic place to teach, and Haysfield is a fantastic place to learn. Haysfield students, you guys, are witty, you're intelligent, you're open-minded, you are everything a social scientist should be. And I feel incredibly lucky. When I was a sixth former, when I was at university, I wanted to do a subject which would enable me to debate, discuss and explore sociology and the other social sciences every single day. And I've got that. And I cannot wait to spend the next 2 years debating, discussing and analysing society with you. As I said, we're coming live from my dining room table. Now, that's not what we would normally do. And a lot of that is down to the coronavirus. Now, the coronavirus is very interesting from a sociological point of view because sociology is all about exploring how we understand ourselves within groups, why human beings opt to live in groups, why human beings opt to focus and structure themselves within societies. The coronavirus has stopped us doing that. So from a sociological point of view, it is incredibly interesting. And arguably, if you want a subject that's going to enable you to understand quite why coronavirus has been so disruptive, then sociology is it. We've seen some hideous sights from the States over the past 2 weeks, and sociology is also the subject which will enable you to understand those. Mercifully, most people now are beginning to agree, the majority is agreeing that Black Lives Matter. But sociology is a subject which has always enabled you to look at why institutional racism exists. And fundamentally, we will discuss where institutional racism in crime comes from and where institutional racism within the police comes from. We do an entire term's worth of work on criminology, and everything will be revealed within that. We also look at the family. Now, a lot of people think they know the family. Most people grow up in a family. Certainly everybody has experience of families. That's why sociology is so exciting. This unit's going to turn what you think upside down. It's going to give you an entirely new view of what a family is, and you may realise that what you experience as a family is not the same as everybody. We also look at education. At Haysfield, we have chief ambitions. There's no doubt about that. That's what we are here for. And that's what your teachers are here for, and that's what you're here for. But is that true of every school? Is that true of the government? Is that true of everybody involved within education? And that's what we'll look at during the education process of your course. We'll look at whether or not most people are being trained to achieve what they want to achieve, or are they simply being trained to achieve a role? Is that the reason? Is education there to teach you how to behave? As I've said, we do an entire unit on crime, which is incredibly popular. Not just looking at institutional racism, but looking at absolutely everything to do with crime. We'll also look at the sociology of belief. Religion plays a large part in this, and it is incredibly interesting that fundamentally we as a species still require religion. We still need it, we still want it, we still crave it. And we look at why that is and what role it may perform. But we don't just look at religion within this. We also look at the sociology of science and belief system around science. Is science little more than another religion? Is it something different, or is it quite simply just that? Is it simply a form of religion? And we even look now at political belief. This is incredibly important these days. You may have noticed that we live in a situation now of identity politics, where people present a role and people buy into that role. People believe in the individual. You only have to look at the effect of people like Boris Johnson, of Donald Trump and of Jeremy Corbyn. Radically different views, but each inspiring an almost religious-like fervour in certain people. Why is that? Why do we have this need to believe? And why do some people have it formulated via belief in religion, some people formulate it via belief in science, and some people formulate it via belief in politics? Actually, my favourite part of teaching sociology is what you might call pure sociology. I love teaching you about the theories. I love explaining to you what a Marxist thinks, explaining to you what a feminist thinks, explaining to you what a functionalist thinks, and explaining to you what a postmodernist thinks. They may be concepts that you're not sure about at the moment, but by the end of these 2 years, you will know about them. And the best part of this is seeing you realise what you are and seeing you being able to challenge and develop and evaluate and put forward that point of view. This is what sociology is going to do. It's going to teach you how to think, and it's going to teach you how to evaluate. And those are transferable skills and will be hugely important in the rest of your courses. You can transfer the lessons you learn in sociology to just about every other subject in the sixth form, and you certainly will be able to transfer them either into your working life or your life at university. Okay, so you may be thinking, this is great, but I want to get started. Where can I get started? Well, you'll have all completed the transition work. I know that because I'm marking it at the moment, and I'm thoroughly enjoying marking that. But the next thing to do is to get hold of a copy of the textbook. This was again placed in your transition pack, which you will get, so all the details are there. It is available on Amazon, and they are still delivering at the moment. And a copy of this and a read of this over the summer holidays, looking at parts that interest you, will give you a really good and strong flavour of what sociology is all about, and will enable you to get a really good start for the course. It's not just classroom learning though. Every July we go to Bristol Crown Court and we see exactly what happens there. We sit in on cases. You will see people appearing in the docks. You will see people appearing and being questioned and defending and putting their point across. And this gives you a real understanding of how the British legal system works, which is invaluable for your sociology of crime. Equally, this year we are planning to go to Glastonbury. As I said, we teach the sociology of belief. We are very lucky by having arguably the epicentre of non-mainstream belief on our doorstep, and we are hoping to organise a trip to Glastonbury and meeting some people who actually practice non-mainstream beliefs and completing informal interviews with them. So sociology is a subject many of our students say meant that they end up sitting and going home and talking about. I am thoroughly looking forward to teaching you, and I am thoroughly looking forward to enabling you to evaluate, to debate and discuss. I'm going to pass you over to Mrs. Lorenson now so you can meet her as well. Have a fantastic summer, and I can't wait to see you in September.
Hello, my name is Mrs. Lorenson and I teach sociology here at Haysfield. I'm really glad that you've chosen this as one of your A-level options. It's an amazing subject to study. So my specialisms or things that I like to teach are the family and crime and deviance. I'm really glad that you've chosen this, as I said, and look forward to seeing you in September.